want to dedicate this to my dad. Just wanted to, I was writing a letter, and I thought about maybe he can hear me, through the heavens if I just say it out loud. And the letter is, Dear Dad, just want to let you know, that never forget about you. Never forgotten about you. You're always gonna mean something special to me. And there are times that I think, man, what if my dad was here? What if Dad was here? What would Dad say, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and the way you guided me through, and, being an example to show me what being there is. I needed that. I really did. And you knew that too. You knew that too. And with all, my brothers and sisters, you still took time to carve out a moment in time for me. Several moments in time for me. And you guided me, I always remember the time, man, when, I had got into a scenario where I was throwing shows and all of a sudden I found myself being stalked and I didn't know what to do. And I told you about it. Just in a casual conversation, told you about it. And you told me what to do. You said, well, this is happening because you're always, being too nice. And, they know you're alone. Know you're by yourself. And so you told me to, get one of my lady friends to answer the phone next time. And sure enough, that did the trick. I was like, okay. I've been dealing with that for a while, man. I ain't know how I was going to get out of that. But that's what fathers do, right? Come through when you least suspect it, and always guide you through. And, even though, you lived the lifestyle you live, you told me, I'm not going to let you live that life. It's not the life I want you to live. You're special. You're different. You know what I mean? You're different. And your being different is going to be the thing that's going to save the day for you. And you were right. You're right about that. You're right about that. My being different did save the day. And, even when I had the condo, had the good job, when everything fell apart for me, and all of a sudden I didn't know what I was going to do, I thought about some of the things you said. And incidentally, just so you know, I want you to know that God took over, after you left. And he's been there by my side throughout the whole process. So just know that he's taking care of me, man. He's taking great care of me. And when I, fell backwards in times, he would guide me through. It would guide me through. And he, and I always came back to that being different. That thing you said about being different. It made the difference, man, I was able to get myself back on top and back in the game. And before I know it, man, I had double, what I had, you know what I mean? And it worked that way, And even now, a kind of a weird scenario where, I found myself falling backwards. And I, was confused and know exactly what I was going to do. And I felt like I could just turn on being different. But it didn't quite work that way. And that's because, not because it's all been used up, but because God is trying to send me in a different direction. And basically what he did is had me go back to where it all started. Back when I was throwing shows and back when I was doing these different things and, being different. And, that different. And so, again, he's been there. He's been there for me, man. And I know you had a lot to do with that. And I know you probably told him, hey, I want you to take care of my boy, man. Take care of my son, And I want you to know he's been doing that. And, I don't argue. I don't put up no fuss or no fight. You tell me to do something, I do it to the letter. You know what I mean? And I found myself in a situation where, if you'd have been there, I think about that too. If you'd have been there, it never would have happened. I would have came to you and said, Dad, hey, I found something. I'm really excited about this, that, and others. Just, in these several situations, you know, and you would have guided me through, you know what I mean? And not having you around, you know, I had to kind of, you know, find my own way through, and I didn't do so well. You know what I mean? So, you know, kind of put me in behind, you know, the eight ball, so to speak, and you know, left me with a lot of regrets, you know, things of that nature. And I think about what you had told me to do, you know, when that situation had occurred, and I think about that now, and I say, okay, well, what would Dad tell me to do? What would Dad tell me to do? How would he tell me to handle this, you know? And it go back to what you and what God telling me, you know, you got to go back to where it all began, where it all started, you know, who you were and how you were then. That's who you have to be now, you know. You always told me, you know, you're strong, you know. The way I've seen you make moves, you know, you really proud. It made me feel proud of myself, you know, but more importantly, I always felt good knowing that you were proud of me. You know what I mean? That meant a lot to me. And so, you know, just had to go back to where it all began, man, and, you know, get things, go from there. And I've already seen the light on a lot of things, and so I'm already starting my journey, you know, to the restoration of life, you know what I mean, restoration of everything. And usually, instead of getting what I had, I usually end up getting double. So I'm looking forward to that double. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be refreshing. It's going to be something I've earned, and I'm going to work hard for it. And I realized too that, you know, you'd always told me, man, you know, keep the women in your life. Keep the women in your life. I didn't understand that as much as I should have understood it, but I understand it now. I do understand it now. And it's going to be, you know, the women in my life that are going to end up being an integral part of, you know, this new journey I'm on. And some of them, they're all women I've yet to meet, and yet they're going to be an integral part of what I'm about to do. And so it's because of you and your guidance and you being there for me, and you being, you know, someone I could turn to and talk to about anything. And incidentally, you know, I want to tell you, I thank you for when I was, you know, teenager covered up, but I would bug you. Oh, damn, we can start this business. And every time I come up with business idea, man, you was on it. You were going on, even though you were super busy, had all these people following you, all these different things going on, man, you would carve out time for me. And start that, whatever business idea I came up with, man. Every time I bugged you, was like, you know, he ain't gonna leave me alone anyway until we do it. So what we did, pest control, we was fixing washers and dryers, and we did two or three other businesses, you know what I mean? And I come up with something, man, and you just be, man, you be right there with me, man. Go and get the lights and make it official and everything. And it was father and son on the grind, man, doing our thing. It was exciting for me, just so you know. When we was in people's houses, you know, fixing their product, you know, or, you know, we was, you know, doing the pest control thing and all the other things we would do. It was exciting for me, you know, to be a part of that. You know what I mean? It's exciting. And so, just a great moment in time, man. So I just want to thank you for being my dad, man. And I will always honor you. And I just want to thank you for everything you've ever done for me. And I live, you know, one thing about it, you took pressure off me. You didn't have it where, you know, I had to try to live up to your example, your giantness, you know. You took that pressure off me. You said, no, you just be different. Be you and be different. And that's all I want you to do, because that's what's going to end up, you know, defining who you are. And you were right. You've been right about everything that you've ever told me in life, man. And I just want to thank you for that. I really want to thank you for that. So this is my letter to you, and this is me saying I love you. I never forget you. It's nothing to forget. You're with me every day, you know, in every way. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful and I'm honored, you know, to be your son. Just want you to know that. And every day of my life, you know, I'm going to do something to make you proud of me. Appreciate you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Dad. You know, so he gets too confused. I told you, he jumped in, man. He jumped in. So thank you, Dad. I appreciate that. And I just want you to know I always love you. Always, each and every day of my life. Each and every day. Thank you.